Good morning, my friends. Today we're going to review another firearm. This one is from Tanfoglio. So Tanfoglio is an Italian firearms manufacturing company. So they're based on Italy, but our authorized distributor here in the country is Armscore Philippines or Rock Island Armory. So they carry this particular brand. So what we are reviewing here today is the Tanfoglio Force 380. No? This is a pistol. Let me clean it up a bit because it has been in storage for a long time now. No? So rest assured I have used this pistol quite a few times already. No? So this one is chambered in 380 caliber. No? 380. So 380 caliber is essentially a 9mm shot. No? So this one, for comparison, this one is the size of the caliber 380. So there are lots of 9mm, just like there are lots of 22. There are lots of 9mm. No? So the popular one is the 9x19 Luger, which is used on many chambered in many pistols, no? And PCCs. So the other one, less well known 9mm also, is the 38 Super. 38 Super is also known as 9mm long because it's a long cartridge, but the head is still a 9mm. And very few pistols of this day, are being chambered for it. But some competitive shooters are using the 38 Super for its very straight shooting trajectory, no? And compared to the 9mm, 9x19mm Ruger rounds. So with the 380, it's still 9mm, but the ballistics is quite uh, softer. No? It's a softer firing gun. Is it lethal? Very much lethal. No? Still very lethal. So anyway, uh, this one is the Tanfoglio Force 380. It has a very short barrel, around 3 inches. Yes, 3-inch barrel. It sports a 3-inch barrel, and it's very ergonomic, very short, very compact model, very fun to fire. And it's a single action, double action pistol, just like many Tanfoglios, no? And by the way, the Tanfoglio is based on the CZ75. So they have many similarities with the CZ75. In fact, some the magazines are even compatible. So the action here is a single action, double action because it has a hammer. So I will check if it's unloaded. Visually check the chamber. Back the slide. Visually inspect. Physically inspect. There is no round in the chamber. Nothing. No magazine. No magazine. I removed the magazine earlier. Okay. So how's the trigger? The trigger is very nice. No? Unlike some pistols, it's very heavy trigger. This one is very soft and very crisp braking. That is in the single action mode. Double action is quite heavy, just like a revolver. No? It can fire even from half cock position. So if you're chamber loading it and just wants to carry it half cock, you can do so safely. It's very safe, but you can pull the trigger in double action mode, and then you'll be able to fire around. So before we start our video, short sponsor from our. This video is brought to you by our trusted Miracle Coffee, no? Miracle Coffee para sa mga strong dyan, no? Oh, yun. It will give you strength, no? So anyway, shout out din sa mga katropa natin, mga troops from Tropa T4. Shout out to Pal Escobio, to Sir Isagani, to Rima, and to Sir Mike, from Mike Ganzon from Mike's Military Surplus. He has everything that you need for your military surplus needs. Name it, he probably has it. So anyway, we're going to disassemble the firearm. We're going to field strip it. No? So to field strip it, there are two dents here that you need to align. You need to align the two dents. For ease of disassembly, you need to fully cut it first. Cut the hammer, then line up the two dents like so, and then push. Sometimes it's very hard to push, no? So you will need help from your magazine. Use the base for magazine to push the, they call this, okay, there. Push the slide lock pin, take it out like so, then slide off the entire mechanism, entire slide. Be able to pull out the entire slide. So we have here the recoil spring and the guide rod. So the recoil spring is tandem springs, no? Two springs. There's one and a short spring inside. If you want to operate this pistol, if you find it hard, no, to rock the slide, and you want it to operate softer, you can actually remove the shorter spring and retain just the longer spring. Okay. So this one is the slide. Take out the barrel. There. The barrel, as you can see, is very, very shiny. There. So anyway, unlike many pistols that have a tilting barrel, this one does not have a tilting barrel. No? You can see it will not tilt. It does not tilt when you rack the slide. So it just goes back and forth, back and forth. So what are the advantages to that one? You'll be ensured accuracy. No? You'll have very accurate shots. And this one is the lower receiver, the frame, and the housing for your trigger group and the hammer group. So this one has another safety mechanism here. It has a firing pin block also. You cannot operate the firing pin. The firing pin will not strike the round unless the firing pin block is depressed. So to reassemble it, it's very easy. Reassemble it very easy. You take the barrel inside the slide like so. Return the guide rod and recoil spring assembly. Okay. You will know that you return the recoil spring assembly and the recoil spring and the guide rod in a correct manner, because it has a small notch here where this one is supposed to rest. Okay. Now just return the slide to the frame, match it, rack it slightly, return the slide lock, which also acts as your pin for the slide, for the hammer, I mean the barrel. Okay, now this one is the challenging part because it's very hard to fit back inside. Okay, there. Now it's back inside. So for ease of use of the sights has a dot, no, white dot here front sight and the rear sight. Dots, just align it and fire away. So function check. Okay, reset, fire. Now, what I do not like with the Tanfoglio and the CZ models is that they all have a very small slide, small profile with slide here because of the low bore axis. It shoots low bore axis, so that can ensure very accurate shots. But the trade-off is that it's very small. You can only use your thumb to rock the slide. You cannot do this. It's very difficult. Very difficult. The slide is very small. Prone to sliding off, and you will hurt yourself doing so. Okay. So the magazine carries around 15 rounds, 12 to 15 rounds inside. So I'm using a currently hollow point. So slides fits inside, functions well. Okay. So what else with the slide? So the magazine. By the way, you can actually fit a 9mm magazine, Tanfoglio 9mm magazine in here. But the problem is the ammunition, the bullet will not fit, will not chamber properly sometimes. No, why? Because the 380 magazines has a spacer here. So unless you put some kind of a spacer in a 9mm magazine, Tanfoglio 9mm magazine, you'll be able to make the 380 ammunition work. No? There. So finding the magazine for this is quite difficult at this time, no? Because of the low demand for this particular kind of pistol. It's very easy to conceal, very handy, very small. It has a very small frame. So thank you, mga friends. Let's have our coffee na. It's getting cold.